back to Timberborn, and this video is being recorded after episode 11 has come out, before you have seen episode 12, before I have even uploaded episode 12, because I'm really excited about one of the comments on episode 11, which is how to build the cavern quicker and keep it its cuboid shape. So we are going to go crack on with that. I'm going to high prioritize this because I want to get this finished. But yeah, we're going to go focus on that. Got all those marked to be cut. Awesome. And the suggestion, and I really like it, is to use dynamite. The thing is that to do that and to not have the roof collapse, we need to put the supports in first. And do that, what I want to do is do some prioritization of stuff that's not been built yet. So that's what we're going to do first. Everything's deprioritized, so we're going to start from... We might as well start from the top, actually, because that way they'll start working on things. And I think I'm going to play it slightly conservatively, so we might end up with more than we need. But we can essentially we can have an overhang of 3. Most of you guys know this, but just in case. So, but I'm not quite going to go with that. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to leave a gap of 5. And then I'm going to prioritize it. And then from the bottom, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and across here. I think that's the first level we need to be doing stuff here. But then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here. Here again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and across. And then I think that leaves a gap in the middle of 3 and 1. I have had a little bit of pre-looking at this to try and prepare. So, I think that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we're then going to go down. Just double check. So, yep, that looks right. Yep. That looks right. Yep. Should be right. That should be right. Yep. And there. There. That's got all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Let's just check those two. Yep. There. 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 Yep. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. 2, 3, 4, 5. There. I know some of you are wondering why I'm not doing the maximum. I'm just trying to be conservative, just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Realistically, talking about realistically in a beaver apocalypse game, we probably would need the same amount anyway. So I might as well go for this many. This is probably going to take a little while to get these put in. There are a couple of things that we can do in the meantime. We can probably get access to a few more trees. So just coming up here, here. Maybe throwing another lumberjack up here when they get up there. lumberjack. And I'm going to do some prioritization of that. We'll do some marking of trees to be cut. So those can be cut down. Those will become accessible. Those will become accessible. So mark all of those. That'll be good. These will hopefully be up soon. This get finished. It just needs building, and I probably shouldn't have done maximum priority on this stuff. So the other thing we can start to do is to come in here. I'm going to let them build all of this. I'm going to do that and I'll come back, I think, because it does take a while for them to place the tunnels, and that's why I like the suggestion of not having to place so many tunnels. So let's do that. Actually, while they're doing that, something else we're going to need over here is some metal. So let's preemptively get in a couple of metal storages. Because the roof structure that I want to put in, or the roof supports that I want to put in, use metal. So that's probably sensible. And let's just check. We probably want to put in ladder so we can start accessing the raised scrap metal up here. So let's do that as well. Yeah, should have finish that first, because that would have let these smelters run. Oh well. Anywho, yeah, I'm going to save. I'm going to let them get these placed, and I'll be back. So we have got to the point where a couple of the passes have gone through. I've also started the process of deleting the dynamite, or the tunnel blocks, and we're going to carry that on for a bit whilst the whilst some more of this gets placed. The important thing that I need to remember is not to delete other stuff until the roof supports are in. Or deleting of things. Basically because otherwise we're going to be wasting builder effort and resources. I'll also put in a couple more builders huts. And I have scheduled a couple more scavenger flags to be built over near where we are putting in the bad water discharges. I know they're a really long way from anything, but I want to try and reduce the injuries that we're going to get from having the mine running. So just waiting until it gets dark so that hopefully we don't have any beavers in here. There we go. I'm just actually going to pause the game because we need to now delete these. Deleting these will be fine. Now there's a beaver there. Let's just wait a moment longer. He's now out. Let's pause it. which is going to block their access to other bits of building. And we'll come and we'll delete this one as well. There we go. So, and then we need to put in some supports for the roof. So let's work out. That's the height we want platforms to be at. Let's put those in. Put 6s in there. And I want to measure on the floor. I want half of that. So that gap is, actually the way I can do that is slightly janky, I know. So if I put platforms there, put triple platforms there, which is at 201 and 202. So 202, 201. So we should now be able to use even length sizes. Delete those. I'm guessing it's not 6s. Nope. 5s. Yeah. That should get us a roof truss. So let's come over here and do the same. 6, 6, and then turn on that tool. 201 and 202 actually was. Yeah. 5s. No, we need a few more of those. There. Yep. 5s. Going to prioritize the build of those, because those are needed for access and also so that we can actually do any demolition work. Right, let's now progress time again. And we've got a few more of those to place, but that's going to allow us to carry on. Now we're going to have to, my plan is to, once we've got the roof supports in, we'll delete all of the platforms, use dynamite to get a level base, and then drop it all down to the level we want to get it to. So yeah, just to show you what else we were up to. We've got trees being cut down in here, which is good, although we're not as badly off for planks now. I've got some scrap metal being taken out of here, because over here we've got most of this out, although not really struggling for scrap metal. Over here, reservoir is empty, so that's a thing, and I've got a lumberjack over here working as well. So but probably what we could do is, where we have pulled these out, we could also prioritize the picking up of these. We shouldn't need anywhere near as many planks now, but we are going to have just insane amounts of plankage going forwards. That's fine. We'll use them over time, again, a bit like with the other hole we cut out, but we'll use them over time. I just need to remember. Probably what I'll do here is, once we've got our flat base, I might do a bit of levy pushing around to just stack them on a single block in the corner, just because it's a way of dealing with them. And we'll just have a nice supply of planks to build whatever we need with planks. This should make this process much quicker once the supports are in. And we've got reasonably good access to build them with all of this, so should work pretty well. Right, that middle one's done, so let's strip you out. Bosh. With the triple platforms, not that. Get that kind of sketched out. Built. Yeah, the nice thing is these sit right up against the underside of the roof, so they will support it. That's the theory. See if theory and practice. So drought over, ended with 6,500 water, which is pretty nice. That was a 36-day drought, so we should be good for longer droughts. Did I say I put in a couple of extra builders' huts? They're set to super low priority, but obviously to help out when we are in a drought or a bad tide. Right. That one's in now as well, so that one can go. Yes. There. Obviously, maybe not obviously, but until these connecting bits get built, we're limited on access to some of the other stuff. We've got stranded beaver because of what I've just done by the looks of it. Oh well. Be okay. Probably need to make sure we've got paths running through that stuff as well. So let's do that. There. Let's make sure these get prioritized. Okay. There we go. So we've just got one more to put in. They can start building that now, which they are. That will let them then finish this one. So that one's in. That just needs to be built. So it's just this one that needs to be finished. And most of that is in. So we could come in here and let's leave that actually. Let's leave that. Oh, the path doesn't run along it, so we'll be okay actually. But yeah, let's let them come in. Actually, they've done it. Awesome. Right. Bosh, stranded beavers probably for a little while. There. 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 Come up again. There. 5. There. Rotation. There. Go on. Bosh. And Carthage. There. Awesome. So as soon as we've got that built, and I'm going to let them get it all built, be safe. So it looks like we've got that one done. Those are all done. Those are done. That one's progressing. Oh, yeah. Building is happening, which is awesome. I'm hoping that because of this, they've now... We go up here. Come across here. That one's built. That one's not quite built yet, but at least having one is going to really help. Because we are using metal, so we've got power through here now. We've got oodles of power. Got trees up. Yep, we've got trees for days, which is great. Got 27 vacancies and 1 unemployed beaver. That makes sense. I guess that's the stranded beaver. They will be rescued soon. I guess they will be once these are built. I suppose what I should have done, if I was being super, you know, up on optimizing things, I would have maximum prioritized the end ones so beavers could get out, and then lower prioritized the others or the metal platforms. But you know, is what it is. So desperate to delete stuff. But equally, I don't want to risk it until we've got more things done. So water supply is going up nicely. Food supply is holding nicely. As much as we might think we need more beavers, I don't want to at the moment, because when we have droughts, we're fine, and the droughts are longer than the temperate cycles. So yeah, I'm just going to let them get this built, and we'll come back. Okay, we are pretty much done. We've got the last 4 of the overhangs to build. So I think we can safely begin to delete platforms, which is what we're going to do. We're going to leave the end piece in place because we need that. Obviously, we need to keep the roof supports we've just built. But that is a heck of a lot of planks we are recovering. So let's just try and be methodical and careful. Hopefully everything will be okay. Well, let's just check. As we haven't quite built those, so let's come this end. No. We just need to wait for them to finish building this piece, I believe. So far, we are looking good. Do then is come here. That's what, 5. So we unlock the triple dynamite. We want to go down 4 there, 4 there, 3 there, 3 there. They built that last piece. They have, right? Let's delete the last of these. Hopefully that's worked. Awesome. So really, really appreciate the person that pointed out that I could do this, because you have made my life so much quicker. Bad tide approaching. But I did have the suggestion that we just cut out the bottom layer and then delete them. The problem with that is, without the overhanging support, you don't get the cube effect that I want. So yeah, because it just removes those blocks that are unsupported rather than everything. So hence doing it like this. So you can go H for boom. That'll work. Let's start putting in ladders there. That one, I believe, needs another single dynamite. Go. Get those in, so these no longer need to exist. That one needs to exist. That no longer needs, and that can in fact be a supply, because we have a heck of a lot of planks to tidy up. Yes, we can come out of there to there. So we could come out of there along to there. Start the process. I suppose we can't actually until we've built more ladders. So, speaking of which, they need to go all the way up to there and then come out of there. Oh, right, you're in it. So, blow that up. Way up to there. Perfect. There. Move that up. There. Oh, there actually. There. That's already linked up to there, which is great. What we want to do is just come out of there to there. So that one and that one and that one. That is facing that way. The ladders. Yep. Way to the ends. So that we want to prioritize building those. Can't I put that there? Probably, because it doesn't need to go there, it needs to go there. Triple explosives all across there. Double explosives all through there. There we do. Like a bit of a waste, but I already started placing it, so I've started, so I'll finish. I think these need to come down 4, so 43-day bad tide, we should be alright with that. Triple through there. Switch to triples all through here. Here. So that'll sort that out. And obviously once we've got all of the dynamite placed, we will have our cavernous cube. And this back wall we don't need to keep once it's in. It's just there because it allows them to get in at the moment. So, yeah. And because we're now into the bad tide, we have the benefit of spare beavers to do things. So that's cool. Hopefully it should be a fairly quick process to get this opened up. And then next time we can turn it into a colony. Okay. Let's just pause for a sec. Are these built now? They are. So, we delete that. We delete both of those. And in the interest of beaver health and safety, I'm going to delete that path. Let's delete you as well. And that means we can't get to some explosives that we probably need, but I don't want them trying to get contaminated. So right, you can be paused. I guess you need to be paused. You need to be paused. Okay. But our tree situation is looking good. We now don't have an insatiable thirst for planks. So let's come in here. Put in double explosives that we need there. Make that a high priority. There. Put in that double explosives as well and make that a high priority. Right, this one can be detonated. Awesome. And this now needs to come down another 2. Other 2. So, landscaping, double explosives. That. Let's run a path so they can place them infinitely quicker than what it would have been doing all of that tunneling out. A much, much quicker way of achieving the same result. believe this should also be another double. Yep. So escaping. Path. Go. So cool that we're actually going to get this done today. Won't stand inside it like we're a beaver. Shame you can't kind of free camera and look up. But anyway. We will have our hole in the ground. Could detonate that. Ready? Yeah, I guess we're now using explosives much quicker. There's always something which is limiting construction, but you know, is what it is. Still much quicker than how we were doing things before. So I think probably worth us prioritizing these by haulers so that they can focus on the tree cutting rather than the tree moving. Maybe could we? Oh, we can't quite squeeze that there. Oh, well. It is a bit of a trek for them. So. Our overflow is kicking in. Interesting. Seems the bad water flows a little bit stronger during a bad tide. Right. Back to the task at hand. Yep, they're getting it done. So cool. So cool to be making decent progress. We've got plenty of bad water. Let's make sure the explosives factories are running well. 93% and 95%. Yep, they are. So really, it's just a case of being patient, I guess. But yeah, I'm super pleased with this. Super pleased. So much better than I think it would have taken another at least couple of videos or another massive time lapse to get this done using the tunnel system, and I would have still had to build the roof supports the same, but would have just been a lot more waiting. So yeah, I like this approach. It's really good, and it's a decent size area for building in. I could maybe have been smarter with the roof trusses, and I'm just thinking now what I could have done is done something like, rather than do rather than doing what I did, I could have gone for something like this. So it still ends up being the same total length, and we could have had it completely open in the middle. There is a way I could replace them. But I don't think we need to. I think it's okay. I really do. It might look more impressive. I would have to build a matching set either side to do that, but yeah. Bet me wants to do that. I bet me really wants to do that because it would look cooler. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I mean, I could build them at the correct spacing then. It's probably what some of you are thinking. I know. I know. If I leave the back wall in, it would be relatively easy to build them. Half of them. A little bit of me is tempted to do that. Waiting on explosives. Let's put in another explosives plant. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Putting it there is probably not a brilliant idea. But temporarily it wouldn't hurt. And it would add 50% to our explosives production, so we'd get it done 50% quicker. I love that I find it hard to find it. Tells me I've done a good job of placing it. Tells me I've done a good job of putting it in there. I think in the future, what I might do is try and do something so that we can have trees on the top. Might have to put another layer of dirt over so that I can have water flowing. And yeah, do something like that. Anywho, we are now at a point where basically you guys know what I need to do. I just need to make a lot of explosives. I'm not going to waste your time waiting for me to do that. So I'm going to finish this off between videos. And when you come back, we will have our cavern ready to build the new colony. What I would like to know is, do we replace our current roof trusses with my new suggestion, which gives us basically, it removes these middle ones. Which might be cool because it gives us a big open space. Something we will be working on within that is bringing the water in. I want to bring this water source in. It will be filtered. So we'll have a sluice so that only good water comes in. Bad water will stay outside. But yeah, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Comments, questions, and suggestions you should stick down below. And that didn't get rid of the overlay. I will see you all next time. Bye for now.